guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and we're sitting in my new daily driver. Of course, it's the BMW M340i XDrive. So we leased this car for 3 years, and I'm going to do videos of why I chose this over the Mercedes and the Audi, what other cars I considered besides those, how much my lease was, all those things we'll go through. So remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss those videos. Like and share this video so our channel can grow. More subscribers we have, the more shares we get, the cooler cars I can review. And as always, leave your comments below. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this car? I know a couple of you guessed it. So I did a video a couple weeks ago about guess my two cars. Obviously, I bought my dream sports car, was Miami Blue 911 with a manual transmission. And then I said I was getting a new daily driver. So some of you guessed this was an M340. And one of the hints that I gave is when I drove this last year, and reviewed the car brand new, I had said I would trade my Audi S8 straight up for this. Unfortunately, this is a lot more than the Audi S8's value is now, because my S8 was a 2013. So the way I could get myself into this car was leasing it. Now this car is pretty much fully loaded. I think the sticker, we'll go over the sticker and the options in another video, is like high 60s. So this has all the safety features, it has the stereo, it has all the performance stuff. So it's really an amazing car. Now I'm still in the braking period. I have 66 miles, and I think you have to break it in for the first 1,000 miles or so. So special thanks to BMW Tenafly. Not only do they provide me cars for reviews, they give great deals on cars. So I could only afford this lease through them. I couldn't, everybody else wanted a lot more money. And a lot of you have already bought cars from them. One of our subscribers recently bought an X3 certified pre-owned from them. So they really give good prices. They support me, guys, so please support them. Ask for Jason Lee, and he'll give you the best deal that he can for sure. Remember to like, share in these videos. Leave your comments below what you think of this spec. And I had to have Portimao Blue. I had to have that. It's named after a racetrack in Portugal, and Jason actually found the car for me in the pipeline, so it was to die for. Now, would I get all these safety and tech options in here? Probably not. I'd be fine with just the Portimao Blue and a black Vernasca leather interior. This is the optional leather interior, and again, we'll go through all the options. And I believe this interior is a $1,450 option. Worth every penny. It's to die for. Base interior is good, but this is great. And so the reason I decided to lease a car, if you saw why I sold the S8 was a great car and I dearly miss it. It was a 2013, so it wasn't the V10, it was the first year of the twin turbo V8, 520 horsepower. This only has 382, and it was just a great car. But unfortunately, depreciation, I bought it at about a third of the price it was new. I forgot what owner I was, maybe the third owner or something like that. And it was an amazing car. It comes with summer tires, so here being in the Northeast, I had to get a tire rack set of winter tires and winter wheels, so that's an expense. Obviously luxury cars, just like the 7 Series, the Audi A8, the Mercedes S-Class, they eventually depreciate to zero. If they're 20, 30 years old, they're worth $1,200. So unfortunately, the S8 was going to suffer more depreciation. It was due for another set of tires. It goes through the summer tires pretty quick, and I have a heavy foot, so I was always replacing rear tires. I think I did that a couple times. And it was due for front brakes, and those brakes, I believe, were off a 2013 Lamborghini Gallardo, so they're very expensive. So instead of keeping it for another year, losing another 10 grand in depreciation, spending another 5 to 10 grand in tires and brakes, it was time to let it go. That car would have cost me about $1,400 a month, and it cost me about that during the time that I had it. I can lease one of these for about $650 a month or somewhere in that price range. And if you got one that's not fully loaded like this car, that just has very few options, then I think you can get this closer to about $599 a month or something like that. So the real estate brain in me, since I'm a commercial real estate broker and that's how I'm able to afford these cars, is I can have a brand new car with all the latest tech, fully warranty, free maintenance, new tires and brakes for less than half the price as my 7-year-old Audi S8 was costing me. Now, I do miss a lot of things about the S8. The S8 just had so much power and torque, but it was a heavy car. It weighed a lot more at 4,400 pounds. It had massage seats. It had a $6,500 Bang & Olufsen stereo that I think gave you 1,400 watts or 1,500 watts. So those things I miss. But obviously, this is a smaller, lighter, more canyon carver, even though I'm going to use it as a daily driver. All the M340s have standard, the M Sport differential, so it handles phenomenal. If this car was available on a manual transmission, I definitely would have got a manual. If the new M3 was out, I definitely would have gotten that. I probably would have got a stripped M3, but unfortunately it's not going to be out for another year, and I needed a car now. So I took this. So we'll lease. This is a 3-year lease at 12,000 miles a year. And what'll happen is we will just, when this 3 years are up, maybe we'll lease the new M3, because by then the M3 competition will be out. I hope to God it doesn't have those big grills that the M4 is supposed to have. I really like the grill in this car. I think it's phenomenal looking. I drove this in the 330. For most people, the 330 would be more than enough for most people. Unfortunately, I love horsepower, and my brain just can't compute if there's a bigger, more powerful engine available. I have to have it. And the B58 in this car is phenomenal. So 0 to 60 time, this is all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive costs you about $2,000 more. Any M340 I've seen here in the Northeast is all-wheel drive, comes in all-season tires, and so I haven't seen a rear one drive for sale. Again, it's about a $2,000 option. It lowers your 0 to 60 time from 4.3 to 4.1. Now, Car and Driver Motor 10 have tested the M340i XDrive, which is all-wheel drive, the XDrive, and they've gone about 3.9 seconds to 60. So driving this, when I did the review last year, it feels 3.9 seconds to 60 to me, so it's fast. My Audi was probably about 3.6, so this is a tick slower, but it's a much more nimble, lighter car compared to that Audi. That Audi felt like a boat when you were turning it and stuff like that, and maybe because it was so heavy, it felt a lot more dramatic when you accelerate and brake the car. But this is going to be my new car, so we'll have in-depth videos that'll go over all the tech here, go over all the options. Obviously, I have free maintenance for 3 years, which will be awesome. So we'll go over, what the maintenance is and the intervals and every little spec. You can, once, again, I have no miles on this car. As I'm driving in and get through the braking period, I'll do other videos of what I like about the options, what I don't like about the options, and you'll have a full review of this car. And pretty much everything that applies to these options also applies to the 330. So if you're in the market for the 330, or you will be, what I'm going to say in most of these videos will apply to you as well. So let me know what you think. How did I do? Is this a great daily driver or what? It's not a sports car. It's not a real M. So if it was up to me, I would just call it a 340i XDrive, and I would remove every single M badge in this car, and there's like 14 of them, because of owning 7 M cars, everything from E46 M3, E90 M3s, the M2, my 1 Series M, Z3 M Coupe. There's a couple M cars I'm sure I'm forgetting that I've owned. And this is not a real M by any stretch of the imagination. You won't buy this car. Maybe power-wise, because this car is just as fast, if not maybe faster than an F80 M3. Again, I wish they didn't drop the manual transmission, but this 8-speed ZF automatic is fantastic. It shifts even better than the dual clutch on the F80, and it's also way smoother in traffic than that dual clutch was. But again, the F80 M3 was a car that I really, really wanted as a daily. That was with my heart, not my brain. Even though I don't know if we're going to have clients in our car anytime soon, my real estate clients, obviously this would be a much more comfortable for them than the F80 M3. Though the F80 M3 could have been, a rock hard daily driver, and I could have been my weekend track car. But I wanted to mitigate my costs here, so with a lease payment, I just pay one payment. I'm starting out with new tires and brakes. Typically, if I have 36,000 miles on this lease, I've gotten front brakes the last 70,000 miles, so I don't think I'm going to need brakes. BMW doesn't cover brakes pads anymore like they used to with the free maintenance. And tires, they come in all-season tires, so hopefully I can make them last 36,000. I don't have to buy another set for winter now. Of course, I'm not going to have the grip or the performance from summer tires, but again, this is a daily driver. So, and why only 12,000 miles a year if you drive so much? Well, my wife's 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and you can see videos of that on this channel. She's way under her miles. She only has about a 5-mile commute to work. So I probably have another 10,000 miles I can use on her car, plus 12,000 on here, which will give me 22,000 miles. She'll drive this when I take her Jeep to work. But this car's been phenomenal so far. But I'm basing most of this on my review. I'm still in the braking period, so I haven't pushed this car yet. But you can see the review here that I did of the M340i XDrive, and that's where I fell in love with the car. And that sapphire black was gorgeous. That was my second choice, and it just makes a fantastic daily driver. And if you choose the 330, it's really just as good. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comment below. Let me know how I did, and what is this the car you think, now that you've seen it, a great daily driver for me, or do you think I should have gone something else? If you think I should have got something else, put it in the comments below. I read each and every comment, and I will respond. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.